Jean-Pierre, can you show them how to get into eagle pose? My attention snaps back to the class, and I preen a little, because Jake needs my help. To get into the complex position, I bend at the knees, shift to one foot, cross one leg over the other, and cross my forearms in front of me. It's a fun pose because you're supposed to hold it for a minute before spreading your arms out like wings and placing your foot on the ground like a bird landing on a branch. With my wingspan, it's pretty impressive when it works. I do well in the first part, concentrating while in the twisted pose. When I see Jake looking back at me with affection, biting his lower lip, my ankle wobbles. Then my knees go soft, and I lose my balance entirely. I have to plant the second foot, but the mat goes out from under me and... ouch. There's a lot of me, and I make a big noise when I hit the ground. Jake freezes. It hurts my heart when he does that, but within seconds, he's shaken it off. Making his way through the class, he kneels next to me. Jean-Pierre, mon Dieu, tu es blessé? Dois-je appeler quelqu'un? He puts his hand on my face in a tender gesture, and I lean into it. No, my friend, I am not hurt. Save for my pride. No need to call anyone. Are you sure? I smile, despite the bruise beginning to form on my arm. I just got, distracted. His eyes go a little shy as they catch on my gold eyeliner. He wears eyeliner sometimes too, but only ever in his signature black kohl. Like I said, I'm not out. But with these small touches, I've stopped actively hiding. It was a suggestion from my ex-wife. A good one, I think. He spends a few extra seconds gliding his hands over my body, and his genuinely worried expression makes my heart pound. When his eyes meet mine again, the Koenig flush that I have become so enamored of creeps up his throat and face in a path that I want to follow with my tongue. I run my hand up and down his arm to reassure him, and I hide a smile when I leave a trail of goosebumps on his skin. I'm not hurt in the slightest. Falling on a basketball court is far more brutal, I can promise you that. Allowing him to help me up, I once again reassure him that I'm fine, and we restart the class. Thankfully, the drama seems to have drummed the chatty out of everyone, and we finish our session in relative quiet. After class, I stick around and help him with the mats and other yoga gear. It's usually easy to talk to him, but he's wearing a downcast expression and his brow is furrowed. I'm guessing that he's in his head about how the class went. I wish he weren't so hard on himself. Even when they don't go to plan, I know that he enjoys these classes. The way his darkness lifts is evidence enough of that. The only other time he's that lit up is when he talks about art, which in his hands is a gorgeous mixture of paint and photography and found objects. He's never told me his story, but I've caught enough of the side conversations and recognized the tension in the way he holds his body that I know he's been through some serious trauma and recovery. It's been a privilege to observe his improvement over these last several months. He's gone from a completely closed-off piece of obsidian to something softer, more pliant, and I wonder if now might be the time to tell him how I feel. Still, there is the occasional something, a loud noise, a particular smell, various agitating factors that are difficult to predict, that makes him stop midway through sentences and strides like someone else has access to a pause button over which he has no control. I'm about to break the silence and see if he wants to join me for coffee when a man with a confident bearing and a cane walks over to us. Jake sees him, embraces, then turns to me. Jean-Pierre, I need a chat with my old friend. I'll call you later to see how you're doing. My eyes narrow, and I wonder who the hell this man is. Of course, Jake. I look forward to it. Before walking out the door, I turn and watch as Jake greets the man with the complicated handshake. DB in the flesh. To what do I owe the pleasure? The man he's talking to is black, in his early 30s, and wearing civilian clothes. But the rigid posture, despite the cane, the perfectly edged high and tight fade, and my own creeping agitation, give him away. That man is military. I'd bet my life on it. I glare at him so he knows he's being examined, memorized. I want to know what he is doing here, and I wonder if this is the man with the pause button.